And the Warriors with possession here. Iguodala and Barnes swatted in at the forwards. Livingston is out there with Rush, and it's Lee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now here's Barnes. The Pacers pull it in. Hibbert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And here's Watson. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to West. Iguodala with the steal. Passes it to Barnes. Golden State moving the ball around. Lee kicks to Livingston. Dishes it to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, when Harrison Barnes first stepped onto the scene, it was in the middle of the Warriors' 2013 playoff run. But he didn't exactly build upon that streak as people were hoping for last year. The playing time just wasn't there.
And I remember that run for Barnes. He would play as a stretch 4 and looked unguardable at times in their series against the Nuggets and then the Spurs. Definitely was hoping for more of that this past season.
You know, for Barnes, it was an awkward place for him to be in. They brought in Iguodala, and he was moved to the bench. A lot of people thought that that'd be a boon for him, as he would be more focused on the offensive side of things with that second unit in particular and could really thrive.
Yeah, and the change in role and adjusting to being the first option with the second unit, I think was overwhelming for him. And, you know, I think you have to remember Barnes is still a very young player, a lot of room for growth, very talented, very skilled, and he's going to get a lot better.
Here is Watson. Picked by West. Watson dishes to West. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. West with the steal. Can't hit from the elbow. The Warriors leading. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Here is Livingston out to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Barnes. West with some nice D. The Pacers shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Watson, the pass to West. Watson kicks to Hibbert. The 11-footer. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Pacers lead by 1. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
You know, quite honestly, Kevin and Steve, I mean, this game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Well, then let's root for overtime. Why not?
Now here's Barnes. Tries it from 9, and he hits the jumper for 2. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Timeout called the Pacers.
Harrison Barnes, the 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. He's got prototypical size and athleticism for that small forward position. Still developing his overall game, but he's got enormous potential.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Rush. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Indiana also making some changes. Paul George comes in for Chris Copeland. And George Hills subbed in for C.J. Miles. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out full speed. Guys?
And thank you for that, Doris. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. It's going to be Bogut shooting. That one on George. And Barnes, the top overall recruit of the nation coming out of high school in 2010.
Yeah, and really high expectations for him from a relatively young age. There's been some disappointment in his development, but with his work ethic, I think it's short-lived. Last season, Andrew Bogut was able to say that he was the healthiest he's been in years. And that might not seem like much, but it makes a huge difference for him to be at full strength.
Hibbert dishes to Hill. 4 on the clock. Puts one up from 19. Off the left rim and out.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Curry attacking. Iguodala outside. Curry against Hill. Outside Curry. The 15-footer, and Hill with the block. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Watson. The shot no good, and Golden State will go the other way with it.
And with Bogut feeling 100%, you know, he had so many injuries over the years leading up to last season that it was hard for him to really find himself once again. But when he's 100%, he's really a force in the middle.
Now here's Barnes. Tries it from 9. That one off the back iron and out. Pacers trail by 3. Now here is Hill. Back to George. Hibbert with a screen for George. A floater, and the shot is good. And with Bogut, as you said, I think people forget just how impactful he can be when healthy. Everyone knows that he's an amazing defender, and he's one of the top centers in the league when he's healthy.
To have a legitimate 7-footer who can move and pass the ball as well as Bogut does, that does wonders for a team at both ends of the floor.
Timeout called the Warriors.
A lot of pressure and expectation last year for the Pacers in the playoffs. No longer were they an underdog or a feel-good story. They were expected to make a deep run.
And the Warriors making a change here. Lee's checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. Stuckey's checked in. On defense, Indiana. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Lee sets a screen for Curry. And Thompson kicks to Lee. Back to Thompson. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Hit his foot. And the refs whistling a kick ball. And they would return to the Eastern Conference Finals after some scares for them in the early rounds. You saw it, but Clark, once again, they could not beat the Heat.
And the difference there, Kevin, was the mentality and fortitude of the Heat. And clearly the talent was pretty equal, but I thought the leadership of LeBron and the brilliance of Dwayne Wade was just a little too much for a young, evolving team to handle.
Good insight.
Boy, in a close game especially, those plays really hurt.
Pacers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Hibbert with a screen on Iguodala. And George, here we go. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Outside Curry. He kicks it to Lee. Shot clock at 6. Rest against Curry. That is good. And the Warriors lead by 3.
And with the defense playing that well, the double clutch was the only way he was going to get that ball off.
Outside Hill. George sets a screen for Hill. On the wing, Stuckey. It's back to Hill to tie it up. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now here's Curry. Back to Lee. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Now it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
Now, this is when defenses have to protect the basket with everything they've got. Force the offense to shoot from the perimeter.
Hibbert inside. Bogut on him. Hibbert hits the bucket. Hibbert's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Outside Curry. Lee, a screen on Hill. Curry kicks to Lee. A good finish at the rack off the slip feed.
And haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
And the Pacers call time here. They're behind by 5. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Hill kicks to George. Beyond the arc.
He usually knocks that one down with ease.
By Stuckey. Thompson passes to Curry. And he gets the bucket. Curry's got 4 this quarter. 1:21 left in the game. Hill dishes to Stuckey. He feeds it to West. From the wing. Count that one.
I mean, that's just too weak on the coverage. Heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you the game.
Hill against Curry. Lee in the posts. Fades and shoots. Pacers with the rebound. Outside Hill. Right side George. Lots of room. They shoot again. Nails it. What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3. A big bucket there to quiet this crowd, Clark.
You know, that's exactly what you got to do. Take them out of the equation. Make those fans be quiet.
Yep, and that's exactly what he did.
Curry's shot is off.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
The 19-foot shot. And it's George again missing.
Boy, he has been struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True. He really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
The Warriors have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And the Pacers call time here. They trailed by 3. 16 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
And so it's Indiana with it. They trail by 3. Looking to end his cold spell. George missing again. Now Thompson. And he commits the intentional foul.
Smart foul there. You've got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
At the line for your Warriors, Klay Thompson. 2 shots.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he does get the second one. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hill has the open look. Can't connect. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. You were able to really help out your team on the offensive end. What enabled such a big night of productivity for you?
Well, I'm just used to the pace of the game by now, and my teammates do a good job finding me when I'm open, so all credit goes to them. I just catch them fire when I'm open.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg.